Hi everyone and happy Friday. So we are doing our Flip-through Friday and we are continuing through the coloring book collection this week. I do not have any new book purchases that I know of, and so we're just going to continue on through the collection. This one may be a little long because a few of these books are pretty thick, just as an FYI. So let's go ahead and get started. We have Adorable Animals Grayscale coloring book by Jane. Maday or Maday, I'm not sure which one it is. This one is a pretty popular book out there, so I'm sure you've already seen it. But we're still going to flip through it. Title page. Oh, yep. We will use my new Birds and Blossoms, which came out. I actually did get a coloring book this week. It was Wednesday, which I did a special flip through on Wednesday because I got this on release day. So this is Birds and Blossoms by Marjorie Sarnat. If you're a Marjorie Sarnat fan, or if you're just looking for something new that has a lot of flowers and animals in it, this is a good book, and I go back and check out that video. This is pretty much an average size coloring book, the Creative Haven books. This here, as you can see, is pretty much flush in width and height for the most part. One thing I will note about the Adorable Animals book, it is a massive book. This is Adorable Animals, and this is Birds and Blossoms. Birds and Blossoms, this is probably an average size Creative Haven coloring book. So you get a lot to play with when you get the Adorable Animals Grayscale one. So let me put that aside. Hey, I remembered this time, at least, right when I started. All right. Is that? Let me light it up a little better. Contents. You actually have a table of contents for this one. We have an introduction about the author, learn to color grayscale, some basic techniques, grayscale coloring pages. There are 48 pages in the book to color. Then you have an inspiration gallery. Now I will note there is one page in this book that is missing because I have colored that and gifted that to someone, but I mean, at this point you're going to get 99.9% of the flip through, so I haven't colored a whole lot in this book. These are single-sided, and they are, I believe, perforated. Yes, they're one-sided, perforated. The paper is very nice. I would call it a smoother paper. It works really well. I've used both. Copic marker lays down beautifully in this. I've used other types of marker. It lays down just fine. The Copic's just something I recently remember. I've used Prismacolors in here, pencils, and they've done beautifully. So this book is great for both pencil and marker. Here is your nameplate page. Let me zoom in just a little. Not much, because I don't want to cut out too much of the picture. So here is the introduction to grayscale coloring. Grayscale coloring is a fun, new, well, maybe not so new now. That's me, not the book, obviously. Trend where you color on top of already shaded image rather than inside line work. This helps you achieve a beautiful painted effect because all the lights and darks are already figured out for you. So here are some of the tools and tips that you can use. Oh, there are 2 images missing because I cut out the other one too, so oh well. Y'all get the idea. I mean, I can't, obviously there will be books that I've colored in and removed pages and this and that, but you will get the majority of the book. So this talks about the different types of tools you can use, marker, colored pencils, watercolor pencils would also be nice, and then soft chalk pastels. Pencil form probably would be easier, but man, if you really want a challenge, let's pull out some of those chalk pastels. This shows right here some of the comparison of what the results would be that you would get using certain types of mediums. Talks about combining mediums here, transparent versus opaque. I decided to use the little example down here, and I made Kitty way too dark, but he still turned out looking good. Layering to create depth. Now that did bleed through, and I did use a lot of marker for that, so keep that in mind. There will be bleed through. Fortunately, these are single-sided, but obviously put a blotter page behind your page. Coloring light to dark, just some different tips. Then you also get some little practice pages. I was already practicing a little bit with colored pencils, just getting kind of an idea of how they would lay down in the book. All right, so here we are with the actual images. I guess it's the thickness of the book, which you had one there up towards the front too. I guess it's the thickness of the book, but this book feels like a larger book to me for some reason. Like, its width and height, it's like a regular coloring book or a standard one, but it still feels like a really bigger book. So here I started out with some budget-friendly pencils. I was making pretty good progress, and then it just kind of became a dead whip. I don't know why. I really should go back and finish it. It's just one of those I forgot about. So let me stick a flag right there. I probably won't use the same pencils because even light layers, they were really doing a number in my hand. And these are also numbered, so. Of course, we got kitties in here. You know how much I like me some kitties. This would be a really good Easter picture. I'll have to order some more of my little kitty flags. I am running low. I like these too much. They make me happy. Some people get really intimidated by Grayscale. Heck, I still get intimidated by Grayscale. But you can get some really gorgeous pictures without even using that much layering if you prefer to straight color, but you'd still like some light and dark areas in the picture. This would be a very good option for you. I've had great experiences in this book. I love it. I don't know why I haven't colored more in it. No, I know why, because I have too many books and I don't have enough time. And when I get the time, I don't want to color, and, you know, first world problems and all that. So it's been a week. I wouldn't say, I guess it's really been a bad week, but it hasn't necessarily been a good week either. I know I'm missing a page there. I have lost my mind. No. That was actually correct. All kinds of animals to choose from. You have everything from your cute and cuddly puppies and kitties to your birds to your little froggies. You got all kinds of animals. That cat knows what's up. I don't know. The sucker was giving the camera an eye. I don't know if I would ever call a frog adorable in real life myself, but they are awful cute. Well, okay, they're cute from afar. I don't know if I would go all Disney princess and pick one up in my hand and start singing to it. I certainly wouldn't kiss it. I'll tell you that right now, especially if it's been hopping around in the runoff storm water around here. Who knows what is on that frog? Certainly not going to be kissing any frogs. I really like that one. The few attempts I've made with cats in here, just in the little practice, I haven't done so well, so I am a little nervous to do that, I think. I really just need to pick a page and go with it. You've got a few where there's still birds or different animals in them, but they've got more of a like landscapey feel to them, which is really nice too. I love all the pictures in this book. Now, at the very end, they do have an inspiration gallery. So if you are unsure of where to start, here are some great already colored in pictures to inspire you. You can either color a similar color or try for something different. Maybe this gives you an idea. And this gives you the name of the picture and what page it is. That one's really pretty with the reds and the purples. They're all beautiful, but I keep seeing some and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Then we have the back of the book. These could be some more little practice images if you wanted, and some about the author. She has some other coloring books. Color Super Cute Animals from 2016. And Super Cute World, a Coloring and Creativity Fun Book in 2017. I'm curious to see. I wonder if she has any others. Oh, here they are here on the back as well. All right. That is Adorable Animals Grayscale. We're going to go with another Animal Grayscale book. This is Beautiful Creatures by Nicole, a boundless coloring book adventure. It says color over the gray to bring your image to life. When I put this up against this book, it is just a little bit shorter. If I flush up the end, it's just a little bit shorter, but it is definitely wider than your average coloring book. So there you go. All right. Yep. Yes. So you see how much I've looked in this book lately. Spine's not even broken in. Create beautiful lifelike animals that create beautiful lifelike artwork that is uniquely yours. Boy, I was really confused there for a minute. So it gives you a few little tips here in the beginning, using that little bee as an example. Here is the title page. A little bit of an intro from Nicole. As children, we were naturally drawn to the simple joy and comfort of coloring. Putting crayon to paper or walls was an instinctive form of creative expression, long abandoned by our serious adult selves. Beautiful Creatures invites you to return to the peaceful world of coloring, where the thrill of fresh colors on crisp paper awaits. Here we go. So these are single-sided. They are indeed perforated. The paper feels a little bit smoother than the Jane Maday books. So your color pencils and markers both should do really well in here. I have not tried to color in this one yet. How big are these pictures? We're going to zoom in a little so you guys can get a little better look. All right, Mr. Cheetah. Then on the back of each one, it does have an artwork by, and you can put your name and complete it on the back if you would like. Apparently, Chrome will not update for me. We do have some landscape ones. The jellyfish one's really cool. Y'all know why I bought this book. Let's be realistic here. Now I am doing a grayscale coloring, I think it's July. It's Gaga for Grayscale. If I haven't colored in this one before, then you will probably see me color in this one that month. I'm hoping to at least get a picture in this soon. And you get a good variety of animals in here. Cute and cuddly. Have we come across any spiders yet? The spider one might get removed. We've talked how much I don't like spiders. Nope. Nope. Don't like them at all. Don't like them at all. There's an owl. I have a weird fascination with owls. That's a picture I'm intimidated by, I'm not gonna lie. Got a really good amount of landscape pictures in here. That tiger looks shocked. He looks absolutely appalled at, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on behind me. Might be a murderer behind me. Might be the look I'm getting. I'm trying to look and see if my lone, not my cat, is outside, and so I can go ahead and feed him today. That is Wesley. No, Wesley will not be coming inside. That is an absolute, because he is, I wouldn't call him fully feral, but he has certainly never let me get closer than probably 5 or 6 feet. And he's been one of the cats I've seen the longest, so he is the only one I've seen recently. I have not seen Rags. I am not optimistic. And it's unfortunate, but she was even worse than Wesley. Love this picture. I always hate that, but at least I gave her food. I gave her options for cat houses. Now, whether she took advantage of them or not, there was nothing I could do about that. Hopefully, it wasn't cold weather that got her, but I haven't seen her in a few months, so I'm afraid that's might be what happened. I gave her the options, though. Unfortunately, just not much more I could do than that. She had better food and whatnot. What in the world is that? Oh, just a piece of cardboard. She had better food and probably survived longer than she would have otherwise. So, now see, snakes don't bother me. And yeah, all that bothers me, but I try not to think about it too much because my brain, while it doesn't really want to challenge itself, it certainly wants to come up with all kinds of subjects for me to feel bad about, feel guilty about. And that is where distraction comes into play. Ooh, their eyes are creepy. Oh, there he is. I was really hoping we'd get through the book without him, but for all you spider lovers, I will leave that there for a moment. Ooh. I won't be like paging all the way through this every time I color in it, so I guess I'm not. There's a lot of images in this book. This book, it might be thicker than the Jane Maday. I don't even know if it gave a number of images, and if it did, I missed it. That one's pretty. So fluffy. I know, a lot of people think they're pests, but they're cute and fluffy to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't he so cute? He's so, not fluffy. Here is a little bit of information about Nicole Stalker, and gives a little bit of social media information. I think you can see those. And there's that. Let's try and look at the back cover. 48 images. So yeah, it's about the same number of images as you get with the J. Maday book. So if you want some animals and some grayscale, those two books will keep you in those images with plenty of options for a good long time. All right. This is Birds and Butterflies by Alice Chadwick. Color Your Way to Calm. When compared to Birds and Blossoms. Oop, there we go. It is shorter but significantly wider. Oop. Okay. Grab a drink real quick. Wesley's a black and white kitty. I tend to apparently draw those in. Here is the cover and the title page. Your copyright and printing info, and then your nameplate page. This is a double-sided book. There are hidden items in the book, and she's got them listed here. The index at the end of the book actually shows where they're at. Here is the intro. It looks a little bumpy because I was coloring on the other side. I'll show you that in a minute. Welcome to the wonderful world of birds and butterflies. Within the pages of this book, you will discover a wonderful world in black and white full of flying creatures, majestic eagles, seagulls, owls, parrots, and peacocks, together with swallowtail butterflies and moths. Along your journey of discovery, you will encounter different plants and flowers as well as more unexpected objects. Enjoy the search as you discover the calming and creative pleasures of coloring in. Relax and give your imagination free rein. Let it take flight. Okay. So this was a page I was working on. I was using the Crayola, not your regular Crayola pencils, but these. So you have like a Crayola artist pencil, and then blend and shade. That's the other one. Crayola blend and shade and Crayola artist pencils. The blend and shade's the bigger set, the 50 set. And I believe that's what I was using on this one. They did really well with blending. It's just, as with laying down a lot of heavy layers and whatnot, it is pretty shiny. And these are harder colored pencils, so that's kind of, I think, why you were seeing it dig into the page behind it. So keep that in mind if you were coloring in this book. Probably the softer the color pencil you use, the better off you are, because it is double-sided. I would go easy on, I'm heavy-handed, I would go easy, as it seems like it can imprint to the page behind it like that. So just be aware, I'm very heavy-handed, so that may just be me. Back out a little so you can see both sides. The paper feels a little rougher. I would venture to say that your maybe your mid-range and budget-friendly pencils may do a little better on here. When I say mid-range, I'm talking about like Fila, your Crayola blend and shades. I think it's smooth enough. It would take like your Artezas and Black Widows and whatnot pretty well. I just haven't tested it personally yet, which I need to do. It might be what I do on the other page, is go ahead and test some other ones just to see how they do. Wonder if that would be good for a mandala. I have plenty of mandalas, Michelle. You really don't need any more to choose from. Now, It does go into the binding, which is aggravating when you get a double spread like this. So keep that in mind. Markers, I'm sure alcohol markers will bleed through. You get quite a few double page. Actually, aren't they all double page? They might be. So if you are willing to sacrifice like this side of it so you don't have to have the whole thing, then you can, you'll still have the one page to color if you really want to use marker or something like that. Oh, not all of them are. So now this one would probably classify as mandala. Now see, these pages I wouldn't care so much to sacrifice if I needed to. Oh boy, peacocks. I know somebody who loves to see those. This one's really pretty. I actually, if I can get myself back in the groove of it, this would be a great one to do for spring. It really would. Looks like they're about to fight to the death. Finish him. Looks like there are some pattern pages in this, which again may not be as big a deal if you want to sacrifice one side of the page anyway. Well, we're getting that point, aren't we? Looks like we got one with a black background here. I remember there are hidden objects in this book. I know, I seem a little quiet today. Just tired. I think we need a new mattress for our bed. Might be part of what's been causing my issues with my hips and my inability to sleep well. We tried flipping the mattress last night. The type of mattress it is, I wasn't sure if we could do that, and no, we cannot. At first it felt really good, and then as the night went on, oh my goodness, I hurt so bad. I hurt everywhere this morning when I woke up. It was pretty awful. Which that was a cheaper mattress we bought anyway, because it was one of those memory foam ones. We wanted to kind of try it out. I like this one with all the feathers. It's really pretty. A couple more with a black background. Got our owls. And then here is your index, showing where everything's at, if you enjoy doing that. Here is the back cover. All right. We have Wonders of Creation, illustrations to color and inspire. We make it flush on the bottom. It is a little shorter than Birds and Blossoms book, but it is wider. Since a little bit of a theme here, but it's a lot wider. Here's this. I did a little bit of testing on this side to just kind of see. I used some gel pen here. I was using some markers here. I did notice it really wanted to bleed on me with just some of the water-based markers, and even the gel pen ghosted through. So I would say, unless you don't care about the image on the other side of the page, this is probably going to be a mostly colored pencil. Watercolor pencils perhaps, but I wouldn't go with anything. Even gel pens may even shadow. So, oh, couldn't really find an illustrator, but it does say Zondervan as the publisher, so we'll go with that. I did notice the glue in the binding starting to kind of fall apart. This is a double-sided book. I've started having it go loose on me, so this is a page I completed a few months back using a variety of watercolor pencils. Looks like there is like a small little mark or something down there too. Oh well. As you can see, these are double-sided pages. It feels like really smooth paper. We're all about the animals today, evidently. I kind of categorize my books in a weird little system that probably only makes sense to me. So that might be why all the animal ones are kind of grouped together here, or some of the animal ones. I believe I got this book on Book Outlet, and it's probably, I suspect it was probably the binding or something that ended up getting these moved to Book Outlet, I suspect. But I got a good price for it on there, so. You do have some images of animals with different patterns in them, if that is kind of your style. And then other ones that don't have the patterns in them. You do have some double page spreads. Oh, well, I was just sitting here talking about watercolor pencils, and I'm a doofus. So this was the side I used the watercolor pencil on, and that's the other side. I might have gotten just not even just a barest hint of ghosting in it. So watercolor pencils would do well in this book. Or do well in this book as far as I can say. Sorry. Uh-oh. I made eye contact with the cat. It's never a good sign. Means he's about to get up here. Now, he can go over there. It's Oreo again. It's like he senses when I'm trying to do a video. Don't even think about it. Security's gonna knock my work laptop off that other desk. So in terms of videos and upcoming plans, I am just kind of winging it at this point. I still like to do the Flip-through Fridays, of course, and as I get to them, I do want to do more of the first impressions kind of videos, because I have a lot of little sets and one or two not so little sets of things that I really need to try out and decide whether I like it or not. So I like some of the images in this book. I'm not big on the patterns myself, but it's not all the images in the book. You never know. I say that next week I'll probably post a picture of an animal with a pattern in it. Just because that's how my brain wants to work. I'm going to try to do a color and chat this weekend. Probably nothing too fancy. We shall see. Here is the back cover. Sit back, relax, and experience amazing flora and fauna from around the globe. Inside Wonders of Creation are over 90 pages of line art featuring magnificent beasts of the savannah, creatures of the forest, underwater marvels, and an Eden-esque garden inhabited with tiny visitors, all waiting to be filled with the hues of your imagination. Oh, here are the artists on the back. Wow, just noticed this. Cindy Wilde and Pimlada. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name. I am going to zoom in, because I do want to make sure. Don't yell at me, computer. I'll make sure I do give credit where there is some, or where I have actual names and info. So those are the artists. I never noticed that till today. And finally, no really super wacky books this week, I guess. We're keeping it a little simple, I suppose. We have The Coloring Book of Cards and Envelopes, Flowers and Butterflies by Rebecca Jones. You've got kind of a cover with some blue foil on it, which is really pretty. I believe this is one, I might have gotten it at Ollies. Yes, I guess Ollies for $2. All right, so let's put this one behind this one. It is just a little bit shorter, not much. And then it is significantly wider. All right. We have 24 cards, envelopes, and stickers. So this gives you a quick how-to on folding the envelopes and creating those for your cards. And then we get right into it with cards. The back of the card, I'm assuming, has a little colored for you by. And it looks like you get all the cards first, then you get the envelopes. Now on the other side you have this. So they're basically little blank note cards, and then you can write your own intro into them. Goodness. This is a very wide book. There we go. I'll show one side and then the other so you can see it a little better. That one's got little bees around the flower. It's pretty. So on this side, you're going to have like one little design like butterfly or a flower or something. And then on the actual side that you write in, you're going to have like a little frame that you can color in. Here, let me do it this way. You can see the images a little closer. Not as, didn't go as well as I thought that would. This is kind of awkward to show. I guess this side's the more important side of them, to be honest. It's just they look teeny tiny from there, and I know some of you would like to see a little more detail. So we'll just kind of stick to that. And that way I can show you all the, and you're getting the frames too, so. Just the way these are designed. These don't look like a typical card size. They look a little shorter than that. I mean, you could probably use a regular card envelope, though they might be a little wider. They're probably shorter and wider, so you may not have any luck with that. You may need to try to use the envelopes in here, or create your own. Or you could use this just to color the images if you'd like. Oh boy. Yeah, what's unfortunate is they don't really have any indication, like they have directions on how to fold it in the front, but they don't really have anything that shows you how to fold it. Yeah. Like you don't get anything on here. So this is one of the envelope pages. I'm assuming this is the outside of the envelope. And then this would be the inside, which looks like a lot of work. I would probably just leave the inside uncolored if it's patterned like that. There you go. So the envelopes look like very similar designs. And it looks like you could probably mix and match if you'd like, which is very nice. Though I remember this picture, pointing that one out. I mean, if you're really ambitious, color the inside of that envelope. I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life. Woo, just make me cross-eyed. Little strawberries. There are 24 cards and then thus 24 envelopes. The envelopes take up obviously bigger parts of the book. Like the tulips. Yeah, he's still not out there. That's unusual. Probably running a little behind, or he's waiting on the other side of the house. He does that too. Hi, Scamper. Normally I wouldn't care, Scamper, but since we are so close to the end, I really, really would rather you not come up here. Oh, wait. Now, see, that one I can faintly see the lines. Okay, so I can see some really faint fold lines. I couldn't see them earlier. I have to go back and see if that's actually the way for all of them. You can just bear. Hi, Scamper. Nobody can see. Oh. Where are we at? I don't even know. There, I'll hold you for a minute. Lim. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. She won't be held. All these look like they have the folds, so maybe I just didn't notice them. And then you got some really cute little stickers back here as well. All right. So I said I was going to go back and look. Let me go back and look. Yeah, they're all there. I just couldn't see them. They've got very light little lines. I don't even know if this can pick it up. That will help when you're folding them. So, all right. So This was a bit of a journey today. Even though with the size of these books, it still seems like we went faster than we normally do. I don't know how that happened, but probably because I didn't yap as much today. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will try to do a coloring chat over the weekend and talk about what all happened this week. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.